Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Carly Kwan, and myself and my partner, Sheda Gallego, will be presenting on romantic relationships with a large age gap, 15 years or more, using a philosophical perspective.
Now we have the introduction. Today we will cover this issue from three major moral viewpoints. Firstly, we have the Aristotelian virtue ethics, secondly, utilitarian ethics, and lastly, Christian ethics. While also giving my partner and I personal opinion, supported by real-world example and philosophical quotation.
First, Aristotelian virtue ethics. Aristotle believed that ethics is about character and developing virtue. He taught we should live in moderation and strive for moral balance. As he said, virtue is a means between two vices, one of excess and one of deficiency. In relationships, this means love should be guided by honesty, respect, and self control, not desire, power, or manipulation. A large age gap itself isn't immoral. What matters is whether both people act with virtue. If there's mutual respect and care, the relationship aligns with Aristotle's golden mean. But if one person uses age, wealth, or emotional maturity to control the other person, it becomes a vice, the opposite of virtue. For our example, we have Catherine Zeta Jones and Michael Douglas, who share a 25-year age gap. Their long term marriage shows balance, respect, and loyalty, qualities Aristotle would call virtuous. For our quote, we have virtue is the mean between two vices from Aristotle himself. Secondly, utilitarian ethics. A utilitarian perspective focuses on happiness and consequences. John Stuart Mill stated actions are right in proportion as they tend to promote happiness, wrong as they tend to produce the reverse of happiness. So, if a relationship brings joy, fulfillment, and no harm, it's ethical. But if it leads to emotional harm, manipulation, or social disapproval that causes suffering, it's unethical. For our examples, we have two couples. First, we have Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas with a 10-year age gap. And last, we have Woody Allen and Sun Yi Priven with a 35-year age gap. Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas with their 10-year age gap shows a healthy, happy, and respectful love that spreads joy rather than harm. From a utilitarian perspective, their relationship would be considered morally acceptable because it maximizes happiness and minimizes suffering for both partners. In contrast, Woody Allen's romantic involvement with Sun Yi Priven was once like a parental figure in her life, which sparked controversy and caused emotional pain. So, by Mill's ethics, Priyanka and Nick's relationship would be considered morally acceptable. And lastly, we have our quote that says actions are right in proportion as they tend to promote happiness from John Stuart Mill. Lastly, we have Christian ethics. Christian ethics is built on love, faithfulness, and equality before God. It teaches that true morality flows from genuine, selfless love. As 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4 reminds us, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. From a Christian viewpoint, an age gap relationship is moral if it reflects these values: patience, kindness, and respect. If it's based on lust, greed, or control, then it's sinful. 1 Corinthians 16 verse 14 adds, "Let all that you do be done in love." That means love must be pure and compassionate, not manipulative or one-sided. For our example, we have Abraham and Sarah, a biblical couple with a 10 to 15-year age gap. Their relationship, founded on faith and shared purpose, reflects Christian virtues of trust and unity rather than physical attraction alone. And lastly, we have our quote that states, "Let all that you do be done in love," from 1 Corinthians 16, verse 14.
For our personal perspective, large age gap relationships are not automatically wrong. Age alone doesn't decide whether love is right or wrong, it's all about context. Aristotle reminds us that what truly matters is the virtue and intention behind our actions. If a relationship is built on good intentions and genuine care, it can absolutely be ethical. Mill teaches that morality depends on happiness and harm. So if a relationship brings joy without causing pain to anyone involved, it fits within utilitarian ethics. Christianity emphasizes that love must be genuine and respectful. True love is sincere, caring, and considerate of the other person's feelings. For a relationship to be ethical, both adults need to freely choose each other, understand their differences, and act with love and equality. Respecting each other's individuality is key. On the other hand, a relationship becomes morally wrong if one partner uses their age or experience to manipulate, control, or dominate the other. Power should never replace love. Ultimately, the heart of any relationship is mutual respect, emotional maturity, and consent. Age alone doesn't determine whether love is right. It's how partners treat each other that truly matters. In the end, love isn't about numbers. It's about respect, maturity, and choice. If both people bring honesty, care, and equality to the relationship, then age doesn't define its worth. What truly matters is that the love shared brings more happiness than harm. Thank you for listening.